Welcome back to the Explainer. So if you've ever actually set out on the journey to learn Japanese, you know exactly what the final boss looks like. Yep, it is a massive, towering mountain standing directly between you and true fluency. And that mountain is kanji. Honestly, it can feel completely overwhelming to just stare up at thousands of complex, intricate characters and wonder how in the world you're ever going to keep them straight in your head. But today, we're going to break down exactly how you can conquer it. We've distilled the ultimate guide on how to memorize Jōyō Kanji faster, and we're going to walk through the exact strategies you need to actually succeed.
Just think about this number for a second. 2,136. According to the Japanese government, this is the exact number of official, everyday use Jōyō Kanji. These are literally the standard characters taught in Japanese schools. If you want to read a newspaper, understand a government document, or just play a video game in Japanese, these are the characters that are going to be staring back at you. It is a wildly massive number.
So, the obvious question is, how do we memorize them faster without just totally burning out? Okay, let's dive into this. The secret here is that we aren't just going to jump straight to the peak. You can't do that. We need a real step-by-step toolkit so that we can climb this mountain strategically, safely, and way more efficiently.
Here is our roadmap for today's climb. First, we'll look at the Jōyō Kanji challenge. Second, how to master the building blocks. Third, smart memorization tactics. Fourth, the absolute necessity of reading Japanese every day. And finally, your ultimate study order.
All right, let's kick things off with Part 1, the Jōyō Kanji challenge, the true foundation of literacy.
Now, what's really interesting here is that these characters aren't just some frustrating academic hurdle. They are literally the master key to unlocking the language. Mastering them means you can read Japanese natively. No translations needed. You just get it. It's also completely mandatory if you're gearing up for the JLPT. But honestly, perhaps most importantly, learning kanji is absolutely the fastest way to blow up your vocabulary. Think about it like this. If you learn a single kanji, like the character for study, which is read as gaku, you instantly have the key to unlock dozens of related words. You combine it with school, you get gakko, school. Combine it with life, you get gakusei, student. It is a huge multiplier for your progress.
Moving right along to Section 2, Master the Building Blocks, Working with Radicals.
Okay, we absolutely have to talk about radicals. Radicals are the fundamental building blocks inside kanji. See, when you look at a complex kanji, it isn't just a random, chaotic scramble of squiggly lines. It's actually made up of these smaller, highly meaningful parts, kind of like puzzle pieces. For instance, if you see 3 little strokes on the left side of a character, boom, that's the water radical. See a shape that looks kind of like a little tree? That's the tree radical. And those horizontal lines with a small box at the bottom? The speech radical. So the crucial takeaway is this. Once you train your brain to recognize these smaller pieces, you can visually break down terrifyingly complex characters into simple, logical chunks that are just incredibly easy to remember.
Next up, Section 3, Smart Memorization Tactics. We're talking writing, vocabulary, and repetition.
First things first, you've got to practice writing to build that muscle memory. There is a very specific, totally straightforward 3-step procedure you should follow every single time you sit down to study. Step 1. Physically write each kanji 10 times. The actual act of physical writing creates the strong muscle memory that just staring at a screen simply cannot replicate. Step 2. Say the reading aloud as you write it. You want to engage your voice and your ears to wire another connection right into your brain. And Step 3. Create example words. Don't just draw the symbol in a void, right? Ground it in a real-world application.
Which builds right into our next core concept, understanding the wrong way versus the right way to study. Let me be clear, the absolute wrong way to learn is by isolating the kanji. If you just memorize the character shoku and tell yourself it means eat, you're leaving out so much critical context. The right way? Studying vocabulary together. Instead of just learning the isolated character, you also learn the actual verb taberu, which means to eat. You learn shokuji, meaning meal. You learn shokudo, meaning cafeteria. When you never learn a kanji alone, you're basically giving your brain these sticky, practical hooks to grab onto the information.
And hey, you don't have to rely entirely on stacks of paper flashcards anymore. Spaced repetition apps like Anki are an absolute game changer. They will dramatically improve your long-term retention. These apps use algorithms to automatically quiz you on older kanji right before your brain's about to forget them. By reviewing old kanji every single day through software, the tech does all the heavy lifting of schedule management for you.
Moving right into Section 4, Read Japanese every day, focusing on natural encounters.
We all know it. Context is king. You have to read Japanese every day so you can actually encounter your newly learned kanji organically, out in the wild. You can do this by reading manga, picking up graded readers that are designed for your specific reading level, or honestly, even just turning on Japanese subtitles while you're watching a show. When you stumble upon a kanji you just studied yesterday while reading a real piece of manga, that sudden rush of recognition, it locks the character into your memory way better than rote memorization ever could.
This brilliantly illustrates our final section for today, Section 5, Your Ultimate Study Order. This is your step-by-step roadmap.
Please, whatever you do, do not try to memorize all 2,136 characters at once. It's a recipe for disaster. You want to follow this smart, gradual study progression. Start exactly where Japanese elementary kids start, grade 1 kanji. Then graduate to grade 2 kanji. From there, you pivot slightly to focus on JLPT N5 kanji and then N4. As your foundation really starts to solidify, you'll naturally progress to daily vocabulary kanji and eventually the super advanced newspaper kanji. It's a highly structured staircase, guys, not a sheer cliff face.
I really want to leave you with this powerful reminder from our source material today. Consistency is more important than speed. It is so incredibly easy to burn out if you try to cram 50 kanji a day. But if you learn just 5 new kanji every single day, you will completely transform your Japanese ability over time. This isn't a race, it's a daily habit.
The mountain is undeniably tall. There is no getting around that. But you now have the exact map and the strategic tools to climb it. The only thing left to do is take that very first step. So, I have to ask, which 5 kanji are you going to start with today?